On GAP News, Alps witness found girl bleeding and moaning. An RAF cyclist who was the first witness on the scene after 3 members of the Al-Hilai family were shot dead in the French Alps has spoken publicly about his experience of finding the bodies. Also, protesters demonstrating against an anti-Islam film made in America have attacked and entered the grounds of the US Embassy in the Yemeni capital of Sana'a. On tonight's programme, police caught on camera at 7:30 p.m. ITV1. And woman admits stealing illusionist Derren Brown's cheques. Welcome to GAP News, I'm Jessica Reeves. An RAF cyclist who was the first witness on the scene after 3 members of the Al-Hilai family were shot dead in the French Alps has spoken publicly about his experience of finding the bodies. Brett Martin told BBC News that his opinion slowly changed from whether it was a car accident or a shooting at the secluded car park close to Lake Annecy. The BMW's engine was still revving and its wheels were still spinning, in which he decided to then break the window to turn off the ignition. It was then he discovered the bodies of engineer Saad Al-Hilai, 50, his dentist wife Iqbal, 47, and her mother. Close by, 7-year-old Zainab Al-Hilai was prone on the road, moaning, sort of semi-conscious, Mr. Martin added. He said he realised that injuries did not match the body and that something more sinister had occurred. Mr. Martin then went on to say how he faced a dilemma leaving the 7-year-old in order to get help. Along with 3 family members, a 4th body was also near the scene. Sylvain Molliet, 45, the French cyclist who reportedly stumbled across the attack, lay on the ground. At the time, there was no signs of Al-Hilai's younger daughter, 4-year-old Zina, who had been cowering underneath her mother's body during the brutal attack. Mr. Martin has been credited for potentially saving Zainab's life. The child, who was shot in the shoulder and badly beaten around the head, is now recovering in hospital. Protesters demonstrating against an anti-Islam film made in America have attacked and entered the grounds of the US Embassy in Yemeni capital of Sana'a. The outer cordon of the embassy building was breached after it was stormed by hundreds of protesters. Demonstrators smashed the windows of security offices outside the embassy before breaking through the main gate of the heavily fortified compound in the east of the city. Yemen's embassy in Washington has said that no live ammunition was fired and that there are no reports of casualties. Witnesses are reporting that the soldiers of the Yemeni army are marching beside protesters inside the US Embassy cordon towards the embassy building itself. There have also been a number of clashes outside the US Embassy in Cairo, Egypt. Rioters lit fires in the streets and threw rocks at the police. Speaking from Brussels, President Morsi condemned the insulting film that sparked the protests, but appealed for people to express their feelings peacefully. He also pledged to protect tourists and visitors. Video has become a vital tool for the police and crucial part of the job, but increasingly cameras are being turned against officers themselves. Presented by Geraint Vincent, Tonight has been given exclusive, unrivalled access during 2 of the biggest policing operations of the summer, an English Defence League protest in Bristol and a high-risk football match in Sheffield, to analyse the role video played in those 2 operations. In 2009, when a bystander filmed a Metropolitan Police officer striking Ian Tomlinson with his baton and pushing him to the ground during the G20 summit protest, it raised question marks and challenged the police's conduct during high-profile situations. The video was watched by millions and provided crucial legal proceedings that followed, as the newspaper seller died soon after his contact with the police. This evening's Tonight programme looks back at that story and features an exclusive interview with Chris Ladrine, the American businessman who captured the moment on camera when Tomlinson was pushed to the ground by PC Simon Harwood. Ladrine looks back at the incident, and Paul Lewis, special projects editor of The Guardian, who published Ladrine's video footage on the newspaper's website, recounts events which followed after the publication of the material. For the full investigation and exclusive interviews, watch Tonight Police Court on Camera at 7:30 p.m. on ITV1. Now, illusionist Derren Brown has tweeted, he should have seen it coming, shouldn't I?" after the performer's cleaner admitted stealing cheques from his home. Rocio Pavon Navarrete, 47, took 2 signed cheques from Brown's home while he was away. Co-accused Bernard Ironbanjo, 48, went on trial for fraud after it was alleged he received the cheques from the cleaner and paid them into his bank account. Brown sat in the public gallery during the proceedings at Southwark Crown Court, wearing a brown suit, white shirt and a black tie. Pavon Navarrete of Bardsley Lane, Greenwich, broke down in tears after pleading guilty to 1 charge of theft. She will be sentenced on the 11th of October, and Judge David Higgins warned her she could be jailed. Ironbanjo of Waverley Road, Woolwich, has pleaded not guilty to 2 charges of fraud. Bethan Charnley, prosecuting, told the jury that he is accused of taking the cheques worth £21,550.35 and £11,500 from Pavon Navarrete and paying them into his own bank account between October and December 2010. The cheques were signed by James Cooper, Mr Brown's manager, but were left blank and stored at his home in Baker Street, central London, for use by his assistant while Brown and Mr Cooper were away on business, Miss Charnley. At some point between April 1st and June 30th, 2010, these cheques were stolen by the cleaning lady who is called Rocio Pavon Navarrete, and she pleaded guilty to an allegation of theft. These cheques were later presented at the Cooperative Bank. They were by that point filed in with the details you see before you, and subsequently the money was transferred in the normal way and out of the account held at Coutts by Mr Brown, she said. He, the defendant, presented these cheques fraudulently and dishonestly, knowing he had no right to the money. That's it. Bye for now.